So we're joined with Inspector Steve Griffiths and Sergeant Stefan Martin here at the Monday Night Community Show on our regular slot with the local police force. Firstly, Steph, I hear the Highland Neighbourhood team has a new member.
Hello Daniel, yes we do indeed. Inspector Dave Applegate has retired now. It's sad to see Dave go, as he obviously put a lot of hard work into making the island a better place to live. However, I see exciting times ahead as we have a new inspector who's joined me for the show tonight.
Now we are joined with the new inspector, so could you tell us a little bit about your role?
Yeah, thank you Daniel, and welcome to you and obviously to all your listeners. My role, much like my predecessor Dave Applegate, I believe is to get out there, meet people, speak to as many people as I can do, including the council members and leaders of different parishes, as well as ordinary listeners and other people on the island, and to actually listen to them and drive forward the things that they want to see and to try and make this island the place that we all want to sort of be, visit and live in.
So Steph, what have the island team been up to since we last spoke?
Well, I've just got back from a week's holiday, but the team have been working hard while I've been away. We've had some projects that have just been completed and some other good work that's been done by the team. In Eastchurch, PCSOs Rob Holmes and Carl Bryson have been dealing with parking problems in the village. They've been into the school and have given road safety advice to some of the children. People who are parking on the zigzag lines outside of the school and the shops are reducing visibility on the crossing, and that's making it dangerous for people crossing the road. The project is ongoing and residents will hear more throughout March. Obviously parking on the zigzag lines can mean 3 points on your licence and a £60 fine. In Sheerness, PC Gavin Scales and the Community Safety Unit and other members from the Island Neighbourhood team have visited around 250 properties, and we've been giving out smart water property marking kits. We'll now be able to prove where stolen property has come from. Once marked with smart water, obviously the property can be traced, so anyone who thinks they can steal items from houses will find that they run a greater risk of being caught. We've got detectors in our custody suite, so any person who has smart water on them, when they're arrested, obviously we can prove where they've been. Although burglaries are rare on the island, any steps that we can take to reduce the figure further, we will. Last month I mentioned a bit about home security, and the Community Safety Unit are organising a project for the 8th of March. We're going to provide the handy van service to people over 60 years of age. This will obviously provide peace of mind to residents, making their homes more safe and secure by fitting free safety devices such as door chains, window locks, door viewers and smoke alarms. If you've got a relative that would benefit from this, or you yourself would like a visit, then please contact your local PCSO, or if you don't have their number, please call our office. We're on 01795 584 065. If you leave your name and number, we'll get back to you. Remember, when someone does visit your door, always check for identification. Last but not least, obviously Sheerness, PCSO Sean Rendell caught someone fly tipping recently. The male's details were taken and he's being prosecuted by Swale Borough Council. He can expect a hefty fine. We're actively seeking those who think they can just dump their rubbish around the island, and we'll work with the council, and anyone caught can expect to be prosecuted.
We are joined with Sergeant Steph Martin and Inspector Steve Griffiths here at BRFM. We're joined with Inspector Steve Griffiths and Sergeant Stefan Martin here at the Monday Night Community Show as part of our regular slot with the local police force. Steph, you mentioned you're working with the council to deal with fly tipping. What else do you do with them?
Well, we work closely with the local authority, Swale Borough Council, when we deal with antisocial behaviour. In fact, we've got a car that's dedicated to responding quickly to any incidents when they're called in to us. The car's staffed by one of our neighbourhood team PCSOs and also one of the council street wardens.
How would someone call to report any antisocial behaviour?
There's you can use one of a number of methods. Obviously, if there's a crime in progress or an emergency, then dial 999. Also, there's a hotline number for antisocial behaviour. That's 01795 417 575. Or also you could register it online at www.swale.gov/do-it-online.
Whereabouts will you be out and about doing speed checking next month, Steph?
We've had a few complaints about Church Road in Eastchurch, the road leading up to the prison site, so we'll be paying attention here. Obviously, I mentioned last month Scockles Road in Minster. They've just had a speed detection device installed, and we'll be monitoring this with a view to prosecuting those who choose to put others at risk with their driving. Speed checks are also being conducted at Laysdown Road, and we've already seen a number of tickets and warnings being given here, and hope to see speed offences on the decline in the near future. Obviously, if you're concerned about speeding where you live, then email us with the location and times of the offences at sheppy.speeders@kent.pnn.police.uk.
We are joined with Sergeant Steph Martin and Inspector Steve Griffiths here at BRFM. We're joined with Sergeant Stefan Martin and Inspector Steve Griffiths here at the Monday Night Community Show as part of our regular slot with the local police force. Now, a number of our listeners have seen police vehicles and police around Cowstead Corner. I was wondering, what are you doing there?
Yes, thanks for that. What's happening is we're doing some training with all of our staff into road incident management, where we're making sure that our staff are properly trained to place themselves and the public in the greatest possible safety when they're out on fast roads. So we're making sure that cones are put out to adequately direct drivers into the right lane, which gives them obviously a greater sense of protection, and obviously our staff as well. So we've been doing it for the last 4 or 5 weeks, and it will continue through till probably the middle of March.
I hear that you have a new car on the team, Steph.
Well, some of the listeners may have seen us driving around in a BMW X5 with the Kent Police logos on it. The car was seized from a drug dealer in Maidstone who was sentenced to 4.5 years in prison, and the court gave Kent Police the vehicle so that we could show that when you commit crime you can lose more than just your freedom. We want to send a message out to those who think they can supply drugs on the island that we will catch you, and don't expect to keep what you earn from it. We're also able to use the BMW to break down some barriers with some of the local youths who are involved in antisocial behaviour. We've listened to them and now are looking at a project which could help better occupy their time away from antisocial behaviour.
Where can we find details of how to contact you?
Well, since I joined the team, I've ensured that every month in every ward you have the opportunity to speak to the team on a planned date and location. You can find these on the Kent Police website. If you have an issue you wish to discuss with myself or the team, please come and see us. You can go to any of these, even if it isn't even on your area. In March we've got Sheerness East and West wards on the 4th of March between 10 and 11. That surgery is being held at the Lighthouse Cafe, Hope Street in Sheerness. The Eastchurch one will be on the 16th of March between 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the afternoon at the Village Hall in Eastchurch. On the 16th of March between 10 o'clock in the morning and 11 we will be at the Minster Library for those residents of Minster, and Queenborough and Rushenden on the 26th of March between 5 and 7 in the evening will be at the Rushenden Community Centre. So just come down and have a chat with us and we can discuss any issues you may have.
Steve and Steph, I'd like to thank you very much for coming along as part of our regular slot.
Thank you very much indeed for inviting us, and we look forward to doing more with you.
Thank you, Daniel. I'll see you next month.